on the website, and that'll take you to a place where you can subscribe to the MP3 version of the podcast. So again, all this information is on the www.chuckpodcast.com site.
And great. Is there a way where everybody can send emails?
Absolutely. We want to hear from you. mail@chuckpodcast.com is the place to send us your emails, and we want to hear from you. We'll answer questions on the show. Please let us know where you're emailing from. We will read emails on the show. We will try to respond to you. I don't know how many emails we're going to get, but we'll do our best to respond to your emails either in an email or on the show. And it's great to be able to share as a fan in that kind of thing.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear from you. And when you do email in, make sure that you specify who the question is for, if it's for Gray or for me or for myself or for Liz or for all of us together, and we will get back with you.
However, Liz only takes compliments on her beauty. Remember that. Compliments on the beauty.
Oh, Liz, you're so pretty.
And now for the main event, Mel's interview with Yvonne Strahovski. We do want to apologize for the sound quality of the interview. Unfortunately, the phone that Yvonne was using for the interview was not the greatest. We do want to thank audio engineer Dave Beckford here in Toronto, who did his best to clean up the sound. Luckily, you can hear everything that she says, and it's a great interview. So here we go.
This is Mel with Chuck vs. Podcast, and we're here with Yvonne Strahovski. Thanks so much for talking with us. It's such a treat to get you. Since you are fairly new with to viewers in the U.S., everybody wants to know, where did she come from and what did she do before? And I mean, we know you're from Australia.
Yeah.
And we interviewed Sarah Lancaster a few weeks ago, and she described you as, she's from Australia and she was quite the adventuress.
Uh-huh.
So what do you do to earn the title of adventuress?
I don't know. I guess, well, I'm sure you've heard plenty of times that we have a lot of fun on set.
Sure.
We all get along so well, and we always have some crazy moments, actually a lot of crazy moments. We all got together, actually, today because we were shooting some promos for, they're airing the last 2 episodes that we've shot so far on Thursday the 24th. Did you know that?
Yes, we did, and we're very excited.
Yeah, so we all saw each other yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. It was like a big reunion for us.
Yeah.
Each other again, yeah.
Yeah, I guess you guys probably haven't been together since before Christmas, huh?
Yeah, that's right. We wrapped, I think, on the 5th of December, so it's been a long time.
That must have been fun.
It was fun. It's the spots should start airing today, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay, well, we'll have to watch for those.
Mhm.
And get them, they'll be on YouTube in like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
What is it that led you into acting? Do you have a family background in acting, or?
No, my parents are both my mom is into science and my dad is an electronic engineer. Mm-hmm. So my dad used to sing in a band. That's probably where the performance side comes from, I guess. And my mother is very creative, actually. She's always painting and doing some sort of photography or something. But basically, I guess I'm the first one to do the acting thing. But I guess, I don't know, I always wanted to do it. I was always involved in, all the high school drama productions and musicals, and I grew up dancing as well. So from 5 to 18, I used to dance all the time. And, at home I would always, in my free time, I would make my friends kind of come over and we'd get the camera out and we'd film, make up our own TV shows and make up our own documentaries or, or film television commercials that we made up or that we were, making fun of on the television. And those tapes are very funny, actually. I still have those.
That's awesome. What kinds of commercials? I mean, did you make up products and do commercials for them, or were they products that actually existed?
Kind of. We used to make fun of the morning shows where they would advertise, like all the kind of home shopping stuff, like the tummy trimmer products and all those exercise things, and then we make up fitness shows and
yeah.
And,
20 minutes a week and you'll look like this.
Yeah. And there was a show actually in Australia called Full Frontal, which was like a comedy sketch show, and I hate that as well. But yeah, so I guess I was always a bit of a show-off like that. And then finally, after high school, I went straight into 3 years of drama school, and I started working in the Australian industry professionally, and this for 3 years, and this is my 4th year out in America.
So you're not exactly an overnight success, but you've come a long way in just a short amount of time.
Yeah, it was kind of a surprise coming here, actually. I wasn't planning on coming here that early. I mean, I always knew that I wanted to come to LA and try my luck here, and I decided to come earlier than I thought, and got the job within the first week of being here.
I heard that you sent the Czech producers your audition tape over the internet, and then
I did, yeah. Yeah, I was shooting a series at the time, so I couldn't come as early as I would have liked to pilot season. So while I was shooting the series, whenever my managers would send over some scripts and some auditions, I would hire a studio in Sydney and put down my audition, and we would send it over the internet on like QuickTime file. So I must have just filmed Chuck audition and then flown in early February, and they must have just watched it, and then it all kind of happened very quickly from there.
Because from all accounts, it sounds like you're going to be there for a while.
Yeah.
The show's getting it's got a pretty big fan base.
It does, yeah. It does.
Yeah.
It's going to start over in a whole bunch of other countries. I'm going to Australia, actually, in February for a press tour.
Excellent.
That's kind of interesting as well, because I'm leaving on February the 7th, and it's funny because it'll be like coming full circle. That's when I arrived here on February.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I haven't been back to Australia, so it's going to be great, I think.
Yeah. We Americans, we're just fascinated with anyone who sounds different than us, you know?
Yeah, I've noticed.
So, and it's, yeah, and especially when you can then, you know, mimic another accent so completely. It's almost like speaking another language.
It is, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know if you know this, but I speak Polish. Polish was actually my first language.
Really?
Yeah, because my whole family is Polish. Left Poland to come to Australia about 26 years ago, and I was born in Australia, but because my parents were both from Poland, we spoke Polish at home first, and then I went to school and, of course, grew up in an English-speaking country, so my Australian is better, my English is better, but yeah, Polish, I'm fluent in Polish, and I read and write, and I talk to my whole family Polish. So.
Wow. Do you think we'll ever get to see that on the show? Like, Sarah goes undercover as a Polish diplomat?
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. There was one line that I did speak in Polish. That was, I think it was episode, Chuck versus the Wookiee, I think it was episode 3, where Karina, the other agent, comes into town, and she comes to get me with Chuck, and she says something to me, because she's Swedish, and she says a line to me in Swedish, and I respond to her in Polish.
What are you gonna do? Fight us all? All by yourself?
She's not by herself.
Men slänger nycklarna till dig. Kommer du tappa dem då?
Tylko jak rzucisz jak twoja mamusia.
I don't know if many people caught that. It was very quick, but...
Well, I knew that you were, speaking in another language, but I didn't realize that you were speaking in Polish.
Oh, yes, I was.
Wow.
And then,
that's really cool. You kind of got to squeeze that in there.
I did, yeah. There's going to be, there'll be a little bit of Russian in the next episode that's going to air on the 24th, and what else? And there's some German as well that I speak while I'm at Wienerlicious. So we throw it in here and there.
Are you very much like Sarah, or are you just parts of her like you? How are you guys the same, and how are you guys different?
Well, I guess we're very different in a lot of ways. I guess one of the big similarities is the physical sort of aspect of her. I certainly don't know how to kill people with all the but I do. I'm very active like that, and I do I train. I do kung fu, and I rock climb, and I hike all the time, and I love mountain climbing and things like that. So I love adventurous things.
So that's where the she's an adventuress comes from.
I guess
that Sarah was saying, Sarah Lancaster. Yeah.
I guess.
You're right. She does get to be so physical, but then we get those really vulnerable moments, like when she was talking to Casey about does he ever wish he could just settle down, and that about made me cry with that little scene.
Did it?
It was so poignant, because it was right after Bryce had, she had made her decision between Bryce and Chuck, and she was just obviously dealing with some emotional fallout there. And
do you ever just want to have a normal life? Have a family, children?
The choice we made to protect something bigger than ourselves is the right choice. Hard as that is for you to remember sometimes.
I'll talk to Chuck. And if I can't fix this, then I'm going to ask for a reassignment.
Yeah, well, it's tough. I mean, she's given her life over to the CIA, and yet how do you suppress natural human emotions that come through and connections that you make with people? It's the forever struggle that she has.
So you work mostly with the boys.
I do,
yeah. How do you keep them in line?
How do I keep them in line?
Yeah, on the set, because I know from what I've heard, Zach and Joshua and Adam are quite the cut-ups. So, someone must be keeping them in line there. It's got to be you.
Who else is it going to be? Yeah, no, I often use Adam as my punching bag, actually.
Oh, yeah?
He provides for a good punching bag, yes. And Zach and I are usually just quite disgusting on set, so... Yeah.
So wait a minute, are you telling me that you're actually part of the boys' club?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely more part of the boys' club than the girls' club, I think.
Well, you were telling us a little bit about working with Zach and working with Adam. You haven't really gotten to work with Sarah Lancaster a whole lot.
No.
Where it's the agent Sarah and Ellie. It'd be fun to see more of them together.
Yeah, it would be. There's been a couple of scenes, but it's not often that gets to happen. It's funny because it's like because I kind of represent the more serious side of the series, whereas Ellie is sort of the comedy sort of side of the series.